Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. Nick, I bet you thought you got rid of me. Can you believe I canceled last week?
Well, I also was like super tired from flying, and I should have messaged you Sunday, and I was like, I'm gonna message you Monday like an idiot, and be like, yeah, let's do the podcast, and I'm sure you're like, nope, I'm busy. I'm like, all right, that's fair enough. It's fair enough.
Oh darn, Erica's busy.
Yeah, because I was in the great state of New Jersey last weekend, going to the Friday the 13th reunion.
Oh, fun! That's right. You were gonna do that. How was it?
I went to the camp and everything. That place is awesome, man. Like we went through all the places where the first movie was shot and stuff. The first two, anyways. And you see the small town and where the girl with the backpack is like walking through and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like the shot in a certain way whenever you look at the pictures and everything. And the town's super small, man. Like nothing's like the buildings have changed colors and things like that. Like they painted over them, and but like. The railing, the sidewalk, the like archway with the rock archway where she goes through and everything is the same. The diner is like 1,000 feet from there. Like you could walk to the diner from that area. The only thing is that to get to the camp is like a 20-minute drive.
Oh,
and
wow.
The camp is, yeah, and like like walking from the parking lot to get to the area where they filmed the movie is a good like 10-minute walk. And we parked. We went in there. We saw like the map of the camp. The camp is huge, man. The camp is massive.
Wow.
They had, I think Adrienne King was there. The first girl, Al, she was there. You had Amy Steele from Part 2 as well there, and a couple other people as well. But I know the woman who was like the first one to die with like the yellow button-up shirt on. Like apparently the people who were putting on the event found her a couple of years ago. And convinced her to come out and do this event, and it's the first time she's signing at this event in the area. And it was cool to talk to her and meet her and ask her, like, it's like, hey, did you know that you were, famous? And she's like, I didn't care about it. I did it once, and didn't really care for it. Apparently, her kids and like her nieces and nephews were hounding her about it. It's like, oh, you're famous. People know you. They want you to do this convention. She's like, I don't know about it. Whatever. But she ended up doing it, and having a good time. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, then like once again my flights got delayed, but nothing like detrimental happened. Like they were delayed by like 15 minutes like 3 times or something.
Oh, that's not terrible. Yeah. I mean, you have had worse luck.
Yeah, I mean, and like and then I had to go from one terminal. I had to run from one terminal to the other, like in the fucking Atlanta airport. So that was fun. That didn't happen in New Jersey, so yay, I guess. I don't know. But no, I made it home in one piece, so it's fine.
Good. Good. Yeah, when you texted me, because I honestly was all set, because I figured I would hear from you, and I'm like, okay, so we always try to record on, Monday night, usually, once in a while Sunday, but usually Monday. And I was telling myself, I'm like, man, I kind of hope I don't hear from him, because I've been so busy with work. And then when you texted me, I'm like, oh, God, I just don't want to do it. And then I told myself, I'm like, Erica, why do you do this to yourself? If you don't want to record, don't record. And that's when I told you. And it's not that I didn't want to. I really did. I really did want to record. But I have been so busy at work.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time. But speaking of recordings, it was funny because I was talking to my younger son, and I told him tonight, I said, oh, well, you're going to have to figure something out for dinner on your own. I said, I got to record a podcast. I missed last week, and I know my listeners want to hear me. And then I laughed and said, no, I don't have no listeners. And he goes, yeah, you do. You got like 50-something subscribers. And I said, how do you know how many subscribers I had? He goes, well, I was showing my dad, because he just went out with his dad to the German Fest. He goes, well, I was showing my dad your podcast, and you had like 55 subscribers. And I go, you didn't listen to it, did you? And he goes, no, when I saw one of the episodes was Erica's back door, he goes, I didn't listen. He goes, I will not listen to it. I'm like, that's probably a good idea. I said, yeah, that's probably. I blamed you. I said, I don't make up the name of my podcast. That's my producer. He's the one that makes up the names.
That's true. I will 100% do that. But also, if you ever say, hey, change it to something cleaner, I will. You haven't done that yet, so I'm going to keep going. Until I get an angry text message say, hey, episode 41, change the fucking name, asshole. Make it cleaner. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Well, right now. Until it happens, I'm going to keep making them dirty. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I'm glad you didn't listen. I said, actually, it's because of you and your brother is the whole reason I haven't been naked in movies either. I go, well, that and they haven't asked me to, but, I go, he goes, us? Why? I go, well, I wouldn't want to be in a movie and have you see me or, one of your friends or something like that. I said, besides, who wants to see me run around naked? Let's face it. But then again, who knows? Maybe I will be naked in a movie someday. Who the hell knows? Actually, I was just talking to somebody about that. No shit. So I had somebody write me personally instead of writing our email, ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, it's somebody I know. They reached out to me personally, and they asked me, I'm trying to find the message here, because at first it sounded like it was going to get, I thought they were going to get, like, real dirty. He goes, where is it at?
Do we need to start putting your feet on Feet Finder so you can make a little bit more money? I'm just asking.
Oh, God, no. God. He was like, I have a question for you, but it's kind of a personal one. And I was like,
yeah, just so everybody knows, we don't, we don't put anybody's name out whenever we read the emails at all, just so everybody knows. That's how it is. We don't read names. It's just a constant policy we have on here.
Yep. And I can't remember what pic I posted. It was the cleavage one from Amityville Turkey Day. I posted that picture from Amityville Turkey Day, and those are my real tits, by the way. But I've lost. They are. That's not, my bra was not padded and pushed up. That was just like a standard bra. It was the shirt and the fact that I'm overweight or was overweight. I've lost a lot of weight. So, but yeah, that was just in March. But so he reached.
To be entirely objective, they look good.
Thank you. Them some 50-year-old almost titties there. So when he messaged me and said, I did want to ask you something about the pic you posted, but it's kind of personal. Is it okay if I ask? I'm thinking, oh, God, here we go. And I'm like, you do realize that you might be mentioned in the podcast, right? And he goes, maybe mentioned in your podcast, he feels like a celeb. But what he asked about wasn't really just a cleavage shot. He had an opportunity to be in a movie, but they wanted full frontal nudity. And so he wondered how I approach something like that. And I said, well, first of all, I haven't been asked to be fully naked in a movie. I haven't been asked. I mean, at my age and with these slasher flicks, I said, if I'm naked in a movie, it's for comedy relief, right? It's not like I'm the young 20-year-old getting killed by Jason. No, those days are gone. This is comedy relief. I'm running around. I said, but nobody's asked. And I said, well, honestly, at this point, I'm not positive I would do it because of my kids. Not that I have anything against anybody that does take their clothes off and they have children. I have no problem with that at all. And quite honestly, I might change my mind if the right role came along. Yeah. But Because it's not, for me, I told him, I said, quite honestly, I mean, shit, I legit could walk outside right now and take my clothes off. When my kids are not here, I walk around naked, like, all the time. I am all the time naked. It is only because of my sons, and there's that fear that my kids would see me naked and, like, be mentally scarred for life. Or one of their friends would see a movie with me naked in it. Now, if it was before they were born, then of course I would have not had a problem with it. But I can't say never. I can't say never. But that was his question. He wanted to know how I would approach it. And he has a child, and he had already talked to his child about it. And his child was all for it. And I said, then go for it. Go for it. And he's like, well, I'm out of shape, and he also said it would be for comedy. And I'm like, fuck it. I said, honestly, this world is here to make me happy, not me here to make this world happy. And if I want to be in a movie and take my clothes off, and I think it would be fun, I might just do it. So I told him to go for it. Go for it. Take them clothes off.
Definitely. I just thought of a part for you, and you know, so I was like, there's got to be a way to do this. There's got to be a way to do this in a in a nice way, not a comedic way, because I think that's insulting. That's, you know, come on. I don't know. I can have you in, like, you know, like kids are in the, you know, like, you know, you have teenagers of age, obviously, in, like, you know, a camp area, or in, like, you know, they're on vacation or something, like they're partying somewhere. And then maybe like, you know, you have almost like, what is that movie with Freddie Prinze Jr.? Like Summer, I don't know, some baseball movie or whatever. But have you as like the woman who turns the boys into men, that kind of thing, you know?
Oh, yeah,
we can have you as that character. And I think that's more
Mrs.
endearing.
Robinson.
There you go. Thank you, Mrs.
From
Robinson.
The Graduate.
Thank
you. From The Graduate.
Thank you. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. This way it's not comedic, because, you know, I would not want you to do, like, you know, an old, like, that's to me that would be degrading, and I would not be a fan of that. I mean, if you were fine with it, that's fine, but, like, I would just be like, come on, Erica, come on. But no,
your tits are better than that.
Yeah, I know. I put you in a Mrs. Robinson role, you know, like I put you something like that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely do it. I had been asked by one person if I would consider it had a rape scene actually in it, and I was said, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I just said it depends on how much nudity is involved, and they actually said none, because they would cut away. It's more of the, you know, what's going to happen. This director had said, you know, you don't need to see the whole thing to know what's happening, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's funny because me and a friend made a short, like, you know, like that. It was like this, you know, a revenge chick movie, and we didn't show anything. Like, we literally had him put his hand on her thigh and move it up to her ass. Like, it was like 2 seconds of that, and people saw it. And then we had her, like, in the bathroom, you know, under the shower shaking or whatever, and, like, had the aftermath of it. And people thought, like, we had the whole scene in there, because they kind of felt it into their own mind. I was like, no, we didn't. Go back and watch it. And we didn't do it because the extra
your mind fills it in.
Yeah, we actually had it. The actress we had at the time was a good friend of ours, and, like, we asked her, it's like, what are you comfortable doing, you know, so we can convey this idea, you know, properly. And she told us, and we, you know, abided by her wishes and made sure everything was, you know, kosher, and that was it, man. That's all we did. Cool. We had music, we had the, you know, the way the things were shot in a certain way, and, like, it worked out. It conveyed the idea very well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. No, this one movie that I just filmed, not too long ago, I was able to see a rough cut of it. I didn't even realize there was nudity in it. It wasn't me. Obviously, you know, it was a slasher flick, so they had young girls. Not girls, they were women. But I didn't even know. And it was one of those things where I'm like, well, that's kind of gratuitous, because you didn't really need that in there. But, you know. Yeah, I think you can do a really good job without showing the nudity. Now, I will do it if it is necessary for the part. Like I had told that director, I said, well, we could do where they rip my shirt off and I have a bra. I mean, I don't know if I need to get completely naked. And he was like, no, we'll just cut away. I'm like, all right.
I mean, if he knows what he's doing and he can make it look good, I mean, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and I've seen many a movie where it was like that. I've seen some really good movies where you know what's getting ready to happen or what has happened. You don't need to see it, whether it was a violent interaction or it was, a passionate night together. You don't need to actually see it to know it happened. It's everything leading up to it, and then usually if they can get it afterwards. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, but I told him, go for it. If you've talked to your kid and they don't have a problem with it, and actually my kids may not even have a problem with it. They might just be whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm the one putting it mentally in my mind.
Well, yeah, and it all comes down to you and your comfort level of what you want to do as well. And doing things like that are once again, they're incredibly tough. And me and my friends, whenever we have a female do that on set, we make sure that only the people who have to be there are there. We make sure that we don't tell them to take their clothes off until we're ready to shoot. We'll walk through camera setups and things like that while they're clothed and things. And then once the camera guy's ready, the sound's ready, everything's ready, and they're like, all right, we're here now. And we'll do limited takes. We'll do maybe max 4 or 5 takes, and then that's it.
Yep. Well, get this though. So after we had that conversation, this was hilarious. Because I'm signed up for these casting alerts and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I'd gotten this email. There is a resort down in Florida, a nudist resort, and they're wanting to hire. It's just going to be closed caption. They're at the resort. Not necessarily a newscaster per se, but kind of these are the things going on the resort today and come on down and blah, blah, blah. But you would be naked. And I was like, that would be fun.
You gotta build a green screen broadcast situation in your fucking room somewhere.
I'm like, oh my God, that would be so much fun. And if you want those special drinks stirred up by our very own Scott, come on down to such and such bar. I'm like, I could do that.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I was like, that is actually pretty fucking neat. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't submit my audition, but I actually had it at the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I could do it because it's closed caption TV and everybody there is naked. They ain't going to give a shit if I'm on screen naked.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Oh God, that was so much fun though. That was fun.
My thing would be is it live or can I do 10 of them in a day and be done? What's the thing we're going for? Because if we got to be we got to put give a live weather report, that's different.
Yeah, I don't know, and I think some of it might be live, because they might even want somebody local so you can interview. Everybody stand around naked together. And how are you today? Are you enjoying yourself here, Tom?
Oh, God. I remember 10 years ago I wrote the title for a new movie in an outline called Nudist Camp Massacre.
Oh God,
it's mine. Nobody fucking steal it. I wrote the outline for it, and I was like, how do we do this?
Make it.
Yeah, how do we do this? And make nudity a requirement. Nudist Camp Massacre. Done. We're good. All right, sold. Print it. We're good.
Everybody's running around naked.
Yeah, that was the idea. Because
that would actually be funny. That would be a good one.
Because then you're hitting the entire demographic of guys and girls. You have guys that are naked. You have girls that are naked. So it's all there. It's all there.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's happy. So
that would be funny. That would actually be a really funny movie. And then you could have them just doing normal everyday things, but the fact they're naked makes it funnier because Oh God.
Yeah, you could have like the fucking detective with just a tie on, no fucking like no pocket or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The cop with the cop belt on the hat and the guns, like he's just the security guy there. Like just you could do a bunch of like really like funny shit with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. You could. Huh. Yeah, see now that I actually I stopped I've stopped all of the weight loss stuff. Now I'm just waiting for my taste to come back. I'll probably gain the weight back. But I lost 50 pounds total.
Wow, that's
yeah.
awesome.
I have not. I told my younger son, I'm like, I finally lost the baby weight. He'll be 20 next month. I finally lost that baby weight. Yeah, damn, finally. Yeah, I have not, what I'm weighing now, I have not weighed this since prior to his birth. And so probably 2002. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. Now, I can't say I look good because I was under the impression that I was just going to like magically lose all this weight and I was going to look like I did, in my 30s because I lost the weight, right? I told my sister, I said, well, no, because now my skin is all like hanging off of me. My tits are like two flat balloons. My ass is flat because I said, yeah, I lost the weight, but I have no muscle tone.
Okay,
like
yeah.
my legs are skinny, but they're kind of grotesque. They remind me of my mother's legs before she died, and they were all atrophied. I'm like, my God, I need to get out and do some exercise.
Yeah, you need to go do some strength training at the gym or whatever. Get your, go to something like that. Go lift like some light weights and build a little bit of muscle, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, because I have absolutely zero muscle tone. Zero.
Yeah. What is it? I heard I saw recently that celebrities are doing the shot thing like heavily, and some of them are doing it so heavily that the fat in their faces was gone, and they looked like they had sunken in eyes, and like they were terrifying. And I was just like,
yeah.
Oh.
Some of the side effects are terrible, and I was reading, because I would tell you how I couldn't fucking eat anything. Like, yeah. I could not eat. And my taste is finally coming back. The portions that I can eat are kind of small, and I still have a little bit of an aftertaste. So I'm going to try to keep the portions to a small amount, if I can do that. But damn, sugar never did go away. I still got those sugar cravings. But, yeah, I was reading some people's side effects, and I had almost all of them, nausea, throwing up, either constipation or diarrhea. You can't eat anything. Even the smell of food made me sick. Yeah, and people lost a tremendous amount of weight, but it really fucked their bodies up. I can't say I regret it. I mean, I did it. But like any weight loss thing, I'm one of those people where I just don't stay on it very long. I weaned myself off of it because I didn't want to lose too much. That's another thing. Some of these people, like with the sunken faces that you said, they probably are staying on it too long and they're losing too much. Too much. I mean, yeah. Especially women, we're supposed to have, our tits are all fat. Our ass is all fat. Unless you are muscular, but you really got to have a good mixture there. And that's why I should have been exercising while I was on it. So I was building muscle tone while I was losing the weight. But yeah, I've been reading reviews and stuff like that too. I don't know. My son tells me that fucker, the younger one, I said something about weight loss or the weight, and he goes, have you even lost any weight? I said, motherfucker, I've lost like 50 pounds. He goes, well, you're always wearing a robe. I can't tell. That's true. I always wear a robe at home.
Oh, man.
So my face must not look that sunken if he couldn't tell from my face.
Thankfully, jeez. Yeah, some of them, Yeah, some of them went hard to pit. I'm sure some of them were just like, "Oh, give me 2 shots, doc. Give me 2 shots," or they were taking 2 a
Yeah.
week or 2 a day. Who the hell knows? Like those celebrities, man. They're a weird bunch. They're a weird bunch.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. It is a pretty aggressive shot. I mean, and this is, I hate how some of these places, I just kind of feel like they push it on you. Because I had talked to 2 different nurse practitioners at the place, and I had told both of them my concern is I can't eat anything. Not, oh, I can't eat fast food. It's, I can't even eat a salad because I'm going to get sick. It's, I can't eat anything. And they're like, oh, your body just has to get used to it. Oh, well, you've lost a good amount of weight. Let's go ahead and double the dosage, because they did that. And I'm like, motherfuckers.
Wow.
Over here going to fucking die because I can't even keep a salad down.
Jeez.
Oh, God. And I even get dressing on the side. We're talking like some lettuce. I can't.
Oh man, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't deal with that.
Oh, are you still doing that Orange Theory?
Yeah, I had to stop because I'm doing. I started Optavia today, so I talked to the lady last week, and she's like, "Yeah, because you're starting." Well, I started like I told her like I do Orange Theory, and I told her what it was, and she's like, "Yeah, for the first 2 weeks of starting this diet, you cannot work. You shouldn't work out." I'm like, "All right, I'm not going to."
Yeah,
I was getting kind of bored with it anyways. I'm just like, all right, fine. It gives me a little break. It's okay.
Well, and probably with the minimal amount of calories and the change in the diet, you might be more tired. Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to. I get why she said that. So did you get some good stuff though? Because do they give you like a kit, and that's what you're supposed to eat all week?
Yeah, they gave me a starter kit with the books and everything like that, and I'm just like, just tell me what I need to do and like what the thing is. And she's like, all right, here's what it is. Like, you eat, these little like fucking food things every 2 to 3 hours, and you have your big meal later in the day, and this, that, and the other. Like, all right, fine, whatever. But today I've done it to where like every 3 hours I have one of the little packs of something. Either it's a granola bar or one of those microwavable muffins or a packet of something. Yeah, just something I've been doing that the entire day. So tomorrow I'm sure it'll be worse. And tomorrow I'll just go to like every 2 hours where I eat, because I'm sure tomorrow I'll be fucking starving.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I just want to be able to taste Mexican food again. I miss food. I do so bad.
I bet. But that's just my thing is like, well, I mean, I've my aunt and my 2 cousins are about my age, have done it and they've lost. So
good. Okay.
I have good.
And I told you my uncle.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me your uncle lost as well. So yeah, that's the goal, is like to see how much I've lost. I know I weighed myself today, and I have a metric of like where I'm at. So we'll figure it out next week and the following week, and just kind of see how it pans out. Because if it's consistent and kind of okay every week, then yeah, I'll definitely keep on it for sure, and until I get to a manageable weight. So
yeah,
I know my cousin, who's like a little bit taller than me. He's under 2 right now. And he's as skinny as his dad. It's crazy.
No.
It's insane. But he's the one who did the shots for the past, like, he was doing for the last 6 months of that. I think he plateaued hard, and he was like at 265 or something, and then he kept taking the shots until he was like 195.
And see, the shots affect people differently. Did he ever complain about not being able to eat? Maybe I just eat shitty food.
No, his appetite was small, is what he said. His appetite was small. That's all he told me anyways. So.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I just eat shitty food. I do. I eat terrible food.
Well, but, I mean, but like he eats out all the time, and he was eating like he eats like vegetarian and vegan stuff. So that's what he was having.
There we go. That's good. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's my thing. I'm carb heavy. I love, fatty foods, flavor, things like that.
Don't we all?
I know. Shit.
Yep.
No, I was also chatting with that one guy, and we got talking about different jobs that we'd quit. Have you ever quit a job like up and said, fuck you, I'm out of here? Just like up and quit?
Yeah, there was a really old gentleman I was working with to do video stuff with in Atlanta, and he was really inconsistent with calling me up, and he would always call me up and be like, "Hey man, be here this time, and we'll shoot video, and I'll pay you whatever." I'm like, "Fine." So the first couple of times he paid me, and it was all right. And the last couple of times he would be like, "All right, come to the fucking federal building in Atlanta, and we need to shoot some video. I'm going to interview this woman." I'm like, "Okay." And then I got there, and then I waited 2 hours and he didn't show up and didn't give me any instructions, and I was like, "Listen, man, I'm leaving." And then he's like, "Oh no, come back," and I was like, "All right, I'll come back." And he wanted to get a YouTube channel up and going. And I was like, "Give me the login and I'll start putting things there. Start editing stuff and putting it on there, this and the other." And he's like, "Oh, talk to my guy about it." And his friend is like just as old as he is, barely knew how to use a fucking computer and get the log in for YouTube. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then one day he asks me to come in like hours before, like an hour before. He's like, "Oh, can you be here with all of your camera equipment like now in 20 minutes?" I'm like, "No, I can't, because my camera equipment's at work. I have to drive there, then I have to drive to this location." And he's like, "Well, I asked Steven, he can't do it, and I asked your friend, he can't do it. You're the last one." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you, man. Had you given me 24 hours notice, we could have been okay."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. And I was like, "All right, fine, man." And then he did it again, and I was like, "Look, man, I can't keep doing this." I was like, you got to give me 24 hours notice or longer. I can't just show up to these places and give you the footage and then like not get paid or whatever. Like, I'm real tired of this crap.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh man, I'm old or whatever." Like, I was like, "I don't care. I know you're old. You've told me you used to work in broadcast when they had like the fucking 3-lens cameras and shit. Like, yeah, you told me." It's like, "I don't care, man. I don't care." Yeah, it was bad because like I was really trying to help the guy. I wanted to get the YouTube channel up and going and make it successful. But he never gave me a chance, and he was just like really just like he just didn't have the organization right and whatever. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. And like he kept trying to get the other two guys I used to work with as well in it, and they both told him to go fuck off too. They're like, "Listen, man, we can't do this. You're too crazy with the timings, and you're not paying enough. It's not worth it, man."
Yeah. No, not worth it at all. Not worth it at all. Yeah. So this dude, which I don't blame you for quitting. That absolutely. I've quit jobs too that they just did not treat you right, and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But this dude had one of the most epic quitting that I have ever. So he works in a real retail establishment. And this is how he describes it. So I'm just going to straight up read it. "Well, I actually quit my job in an epic fashion. Imagine me, shirtless, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pajama pants, fluffy slippers, walking into my job, ripping store key off the ring and throwing it down on the counter while saying, 'Aight, bitch, bet,' and walk out. And then I went and got cigs and a Slurpee."
That's the thing right now. I know there's a shortage of workers, and it's just like, I know this new generation, which is Gen Z. I kind of like, they kind of got it right. Like, they don't want to be abused anymore by any corporation. Like, they don't abide by the 2-week notice rule either. They're just like, I don't know why you fucking need 2 weeks notice, because if the company fires you, they're not going to give you 2 weeks notice. They're going to fire you on the spot, and then you're screwed. So like, I'm happy for anybody who's just kind of like, yeah, fuck you, I'm out, and just leaves, because the 2 weeks notice thing is a courtesy. You don't have to do it.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is. And it actually, there's only been one job. I told you guys about that one job that I had in Texas where that girl was like shitty to me, and they didn't have me doing any work, and I quit. But there was one time, it wasn't as epic as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pants, but it was kind of like it had a sad part, but it was good. So my older son was young, and you got to remember, I had my older son when I was 21. I had no help from family, no help from his father. I lived in a different city on my own. I'm 21. I want to have fun. God, and he was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and the kid was uncontrollable. For one thing, I spoiled the shit out of my kids. For another thing, he so desperately wanted a father. Like, he had told the teacher at school that his dad was dead, that he got shot. Yeah, that he got shot during a robbery, and the teacher was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I heard about his father." I'm like, "You did? How is the asshole? Because I haven't heard shit about him. I haven't heard shit about him." I mean, this kid, he would just like, if the pizza guy came to deliver a pizza, he literally did this, would latch himself around the guy's legs so he couldn't leave. And God forbid I try to meet a guy and bring him to meet my son. There was one guy, my son actually went and locked himself in the guy's truck so he wouldn't leave. He wanted, a dad that bad. But the kid was a little uncontrollable. And with being uncontrollable and that desperation for a father, of course, stress on me. I'm young, want to party. I thought I was going to snap, like mentally snap and hurt this kid, beat the shit out of this kid. I was getting to that point, I'm like trying to pay bills on my own, trying to raise this kid on my own. And I couldn't fucking take it. And so I took my kid to my sister's, dropped him off. I said, if you do not take him, I'm going to fucking hurt him. I'm going to like legit hurt this kid. I can see how some people like have a mental break and they hurt their kid. And the next day they're like, I did what? So I let him stay at my sister's and I went to work and I did FMLA. And okay. I put myself in counseling. Yeah, I was like, family medical leave and all that. I was like, I'm going to put myself into some counseling because if it's getting to that point to where I know there is a chance that I'm going to snap and hurt my kid, there's something wrong. Well, evidently, you don't do that kind of shit because when I came back to work, oh my God, everybody there treated me like a goddamn pariah. Everybody. And like they would legit, I'd be sitting there at my desk and they would come around, oh, so-and-so, you want to go to lunch? So-and-so, you want to go to lunch? So-and-so. And then they'd walk by my desk. So-and-so, you want to go to lunch? The manager, God, what did he do? So I was an underwriter for Lincoln Financial Group. Underwriting 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, things like that.
Yeah.
And so I always got good, every like week, good job, wonderful job, great job. And then when it came time for my review, my supervisor was like, well, can't give you a raise. We've had some complaints about you. I said, okay, so who's complaining about me? Because obviously it's not about my work because I'm getting these good reviews and the funding that I'm doing, the people that I'm handling their accounts, obviously they're making money, so they're happy. So who's complaining? And I was so fucking livid. I stood up, walked to my desk, grabbed my purse, and started walking out the door. Actually, before I did that, I grabbed a box and started putting my shit in a box. And one of the girls that was there, nosy fucking bitch, because of course she quit. She quit talking to me at that point. And she comes up to me and she goes, what's going on, Erica? Are you leaving? And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And I put my shit in this box. And I'm walking down the hallway towards the elevator. And here comes my supervisor, and a male supervisor. He wasn't much older than me, but he comes like jogging after me. Erica, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. You don't have to leave. And I turned around and I said, and why would I fucking stay? And he goes, well, then I need your badge. And I said, there you go. And I walked out the door. So here's where I knew they fucked up. HR called me like the next day. Well, we understand that you left your position and we wanted to give you an opportunity for an exit interview. Okay. I'll do an exit interview because, see, one of the things that I did when I packed up my desk was grabbed those fucking reviews saying, great job, good job, wonderful, you hit your percentages. And I laid it out for her. I said, here, you got all this. I said, I got all these good reviews. Here's all this. I said, now you want to tell me why he didn't give me a raise? Oh, well, have you tried to discuss it with him? I said, I'll tell you why he didn't give me a raise. You see where I was off on FMLA? Up until that point, I got all my raises. I got, the attitudes towards me in that area was a lot better. I said, when I came back from a very legitimate FMLA, which is allowed under that act and by the organization, everybody treated me different, and now he's going to deny me for a raise? And she's like, well, if you want your job back, we can talk to him. And I said, I don't want my job back. I don't want my job back. I said, first of all, why would I want to work with those people? I mean, why would I want to work with those people? And so she goes, well, you go ahead and file for unemployment. We won't fight it. And then if you want to apply for a different position, because they paid for my I had to have two, was it 2 or 3 insurance licenses because I was handling annuities.
Yeah.
And she said, if you want to apply for another position, you are welcome to do so, but go ahead and file for unemployment in the meantime. And fuck it, I did. I filed for unemployment, and I stayed home and for a minute, and all was good. But on a side note, I do want to throw this out there because we did get a little deep there for a moment. If anybody does feel like they are in a mental health crisis in the United States, you can call 988. Either call or text, and it's actually the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline for the United States. They'll direct you to somebody in your area.
That's good to know. You know one thing.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't know that has come to my attention recently. June is Men's Mental Health Month or awareness or something. I had no idea because it's been taken over. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is interesting.
But you know what? Every month should be Mental Health Month. And I think, and I was talking to my friend about that, because they had taken some time off and time away from work, and they were like, yeah, I had to take time off work, and I had to get my head together, and things just felt like they were falling apart. And I said, you know what? You did the best thing for you. And I think a lot of people they're in situations and they don't try to get help. So I think every month should be Mental Health Month.
Yeah,
it's definitely. Just it just, and be more open. My God, this is gonna tell you guys something really fucking deep about me. So back in high school, because this is Mental Health Month, and I do know one of my friends had been struggling. And it's coming up like on almost a year anniversary of my friend's son, his passing. It's not too far from now. I have had suicide attempts in the past. In high school, as a matter of fact, I was out of school for, God, was it 2 weeks? I think I took was it 20 Valium? It was enough that I was actually out of it. They actually don't know how I survived. I was out of it for a good 2 weeks. And then of course they had to pump my stomach, but by the time my friends got there, because it was like it was a very, I did not call for help. I had friends that happened to come by the house and find me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yep. And so my dad, when I got out of the hospital, they gave me a prescription for, God, I can't remember what they gave me a prescription for. It was some antidepressant, set me up for counseling and all that. And got home, and my dad saw me taking the pills, and he's like, what are those? And I said, well, they gave them to me as an antidepressant. And he goes, throw them away. And I said, throw them away? And he goes, I kid you not. I kid you not. You're a Dyer. You don't need those. We ain't shit. I live in a town with a little over 10,000 people. I'm related to like half the fucking people in this town. That doesn't mean we're shit. Okay? We are not shit. Yeah, he had me throw them away. Yep. And then later on in high school, well, right after high school, there was one more attempt that was very, very serious. Again, this time, though, I had decided that it was I had slipped my wrist, and as soon as I did the first wrist, and when I did the second wrist, I kid you not, the thought came through my mind, I'll never have children, and does this need to be the end? And I wrapped a towel around my wrist, and I drove myself to the hospital, walked in, and I said I did something, and I unwrapped the towel, and they were like rushing me in and all that. I didn't hit a vein, but I did split it open. I can tell you what the inside of your fucking arm looks like. Jeez. And, yeah, and when I got home, out of the hospital, because my dad was out of town, he got the bill from the hospital, and he goes, what's this for? And I said, well, what happened, a few years ago back in high school. I said, I tried again. And he goes, God damn it, Erica, don't you know insurance doesn't pay for this shit? And I said, it's all right. And then I got pregnant for my first son. So I have always told my kid that he is like the reason that I'm alive. So that we got very deep on, but I do think it's very important for this mental health month. So just know that if anybody out there is struggling, you are not alone. A lot of what I just told you, I don't keep it a secret, but I don't make it a habit to talk about it. But I think by not talking about the struggles that people have, we feel alone. We feel like there's nobody to talk to. And that's not the case. There is people out there. There is help out there. So just kind of keep that in mind. But, yeah. I don't know. You need to say something to bring us back up.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. That was kind of a downer, man.
I'm trying to give you your time. That's why I want you to have your time and get and talk about this, because I think it's important as well. I really do. That's why I kind of turned off my mic. It was very quiet there for a bit because I wanted you to have the stage and really talk about it. Because no, I think mental health is a big issue now. Nobody, like, especially with a lot of things that are going on and have gone on. That seems to be a root of a lot of I think what's happening, and I think we need to kind of address it better than we have been and make it into part of the conversation. And not sweep it under the rug and not do this on the other, other things like that, but it needs to be put in forefront and really treated like a serious problem, because I think people some people are struggling more than others, and so they can't handle it, and they go to extremes and things like that. And like, when you talked about cutting yourself, I thought of that There's a show that was on Netflix. It was called 13 Reasons Why. It was, like, the girl kills herself and then makes, like,
Yeah.
before she does, she makes tapes for people and things like that. And the very visceral scene, I saw it before they edited it, before they cut it out. It was like her cutting her wrist, and I'm just like, I couldn't watch that, even though I knew it was fake on that show. Just her reaction and the way they had shot it and everything like that, I was like, this is too much.
Yep.
I think they've lessened it now, but like I watched it in the beginning when it was like really visceral, and I was like, oh jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good show. I didn't watch the second season, but the first season was very, very good. But it is powerful. It's very powerful, and it's always shocking. I mean, I still have trouble watching movies with Robin Williams in them.
I love that man so much. I really do. And when I heard about what he had done, it really made me sad, because I legitimately I've watched him ever since I was a kid. I watched his comedy stuff. I watched Mork and Mindy. I watched the movies. I watched Mrs. Doubtfire was a big part of me as a kid. So
yep.
When I had heard what happened, and like I've heard of people who have shot with him and were just kind of like, he loved being in front of people and getting the reaction. He loved doing that. He loved feeding off of them and their energy.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't doing that, he was very unhappy.
Yeah. Just depression.
Yeah.
Chronic depression. And from what I understand, from what I've read, he'd had it his whole life.
Yeah.
You know, and some things you just can't explain. Some things you can't always handle with pills. At this point, as long as I can get together with my friends, this fucking podcast, you don't know how much this helps me. I mean, I'm not fucking serious. Look, 2 years ago, I was very overweight. I don't like to say I was depressed 2 years ago, because I didn't think I was depressed, but looking at how I am now versus then, I probably was depressed. All I did was work. That's it. Work, bitch. That's all I fucking did, you know? So if I could get together with friends and just laugh and drink and have fun, that's my release. That's my release right there. That's what I need. And some people, that's what they need. Some people need medication. Some people might need actual counseling. Group therapy, but if you feel like you need something, reach out, because there's fucking millions of, what, do we got billions in the world? I think there's billions in the world.
Yeah, billions.
Yeah, you're not alone. There's other people the same. But yeah, I think it just, when they did that to me at Lincoln Financial Group, and I'll call them out by name, of course, that was many, many years ago, over 20 years ago. So I would think they've changed by now. But when they did that, nope, you're not going to let me. I'm not going to go to work every day trying to be shamed for anything that I did to help myself or my kid. Fuck. Let's not forget about him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Little badass. He was a badass. He was naughty. He was such a naughty kid. I tell him all the shit that he used to do. Bite teachers and shit like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, he was naughty. Threw a chair in the principal's office. Yeah, he was a badass kid. I put him in private school because I thought private school would probably help him. And we're not religious, but I put him in a Lutheran school because I thought, oh, you know, they'll be strict, right?
Yeah.
The school told me they had never had such a bad child in their school ever. And he was no longer able to attend. I'm like, but aren't you people supposed to be forgiving and like help with him?
They're the first ones who aren't forgiving. That's always been the truth. I swear to God, they're the ones who are like, oh, you know, Christian this, you know, religion that. But then when it comes, you know, push comes to shove, they're like, nah, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're always the ones to kick you out and kick you when you're on your lowest and things like that. Even though, you know, it's not what God would do, but they don't care. They use that as an excuse.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's how I've known them. That's how I've known them. They'll say one thing and do another. So
Yeah, well, I got that because they didn't like my kid.
yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, on that note, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about this convention I went to. I want to get
Yes.
I want to get your read on something we talked about before we started. Went to a convention with my friends, Frank and Con. We're selling movies, showing some of our movies there and this and the other, horror stuff and things like that. We like to party, we like to drink, we like to have a good time.
Yeah. Yep.
We were in this we were in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Hilton Airport. Yeah, the airport Hilton there next to the shitty little small airport, all the fucking 6 gates they have. Tiny ass fucking airport, man, I swear to God. So it's the first night, it's Friday night, we're winding down, we're drinking, we're having food. We went to some of the screenings. We go back to the, and we're passing, like, the bar's kind of like up a level in the middle of the middle of the hotel. Everybody can kind of see all the rooms, can kind of see down onto the bar. So we go back to the room for a minute, and we try to get our stuff together and go to the screening. And we're seeing this short, cute blonde girl that's been at the bar in the same seat for a while. Don't know if she's been drinking the whole time, whatever, we just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we make the joke to our friend Dan. It's like, hey, go talk to her, go bring her back, go fuck her, do something. He's like, nah. And we're like, come on, man, come on. He's like, all right. When we come back, if you're still there, I'll go talk to her. It's like, all right, good. So go down to the convention, screw around a little bit, get some stuff. We come back. She's still there. And he goes up and talks to her. We go back to the room. And me and John and Richard are just kind of sitting around. We have, I brought my Roku. We're watching, fucking horror movies and stuff off of my hard drive. And Dan, the guy who went to go pick her up, Dan, comes in with 2 other dudes that are apparently hitting on her. That's fucking weird. And then about 3 minutes later, she comes in what looks to be the stuff she's sleeping in, which is a little black shirt and very, very, very tight shorts, very, very tight shorts. You can probably see the imprint of her butthole in those shorts. They're very tight.
God.
And this is a queen room with a TV and little chairs on the side and the window out there. She proceeds to sit in front of the TV in front of all these dudes. It's Dan, Richard, me, John, and the 2 other guys. So there's 6 or 7 of us. And she starts playing a little game. She's like, "Hey, I'm glad here. I've done, I'm a vendor. I'm doing horror conventions, and I haven't done them in a while." And she starts playing. She plays this game, and I noticed this after. I noticed what she's trying to do. And she's like, "Hey, let's go around the room and name a old horror movie you have, and then a modern one." And I was like, "Okay."
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
and this is the whole thing of, and this is a game you do when you're in class. It's when you're the new kid. It's like, "Hey, what's your name and what's your favorite book?" It's that whole thing. I was like, I know what this is. I know this is going down.
Bitch was looking for a train, man. Come on now.
We're
you don't show up in some little tight clothes with what were 4 or 5 fucking big ass men.
Yeah, and she was sitting on top of the dresser in front of the TV in that very cute girl position, in that very cute stretched out feet kind of girl position, not relaxed.
God.
Not and she had her feet up and kind of showing her ass. And I was like, you're not sitting naturally. You're not doing this. You're doing this in a way to show off. I was like, I'm clocking you, bitch. I'm fucking clocking you.
She was either looking to get laid or get some money, or get some money and then get laid.
I don't know. Some was going down, and she was willing to drink PBR, and I'm just like, this is also a fucking red flag. No woman willingly drinks PBR. That's not a thing. Y'all drink White Claw and the sweet shit. That's how it fucking goes all the time.
White Claw. My brother drinks White Claw.
We were going over that, but it's one of those things wine is the most alcohol thing you women drink. That's the most alcohol. Yeah, that's the worst tasting thing you women will drink. That's about it. You won't go any further. So
Oh,
PBR,
God.
she's drinking. I'm like, you got daddy issues immediately. I know how this goes. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah. If she was putting back scotch, it would be the same thing. I'm like, yeah, you got daddy issues. Anyways, play a little game, whatever, like that. Starts talking about punk rock and this, that, and the other, and just kind of like enjoying the attention from the dudes. And John, our friend John, he's 40. He's a very fit, good looking dude. Got the Peaky Blinders haircut, with it all combed back and everything. And he's hitting on her hard, and he's getting more and more drunk. This man is probably downing like two beers every 5 minutes. He's just like slinging them back. He's getting more and more drunk. Richard's like sitting on his bed, and he's like trying to go to sleep at some point. I think during this whole thing, like she comes in. I think she comes in at like 9 and doesn't leave until like 4:15 in the morning.
Oh my God. Did somebody at least get a blowjob?
No, none of us did.
Oh my God.
But it's also one of those things, like as dudes nowadays, we can't mention it, we can't say it.
You were afraid to touch her. Why are you here?
Yeah, and then, and that was the thing. Is like it's like, if you want to propose the idea of like running the train on you, lady, like we'll do it. Let's go. But like, get fucking to it. Like, you just God. But no, it seemed like I don't know. I think what, like, we learned that she's supposedly 33, which I called bullshit on. I don't think it is. I think she's like 38 or 37. She's my age. She has a 2-year-old. She has a husband who's 47. She apparently does really well because they have like a 2-story, like 4-bedroom, 3-bath kind of house. Like, it's a very nice place in Chattanooga. And I was just like, you've been at the bar all day, which means I think the husband pissed you off. I
was just wondering about her husband.
Yeah. Because it's like, once again, no woman's gonna be at the bar that often, because you know what happens at fucking hotel bars. Like, you get hit on all the time. Like, that's, no one wants that nowadays. They just don't fucking want that. Or maybe she did. I don't know. She has a 2-year-old kid. Maybe she's finally done her CrossFit and like got her good body, and she's wanting to put it out there and see what happens. So
I don't know, but I mean, how would her husband feel about her being in that room until all hours of the morning with you guys?
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Exactly. And I think she friended Richard or whatever, and I was looking through her Facebook and like scanning pictures. I was like, her banner of her Facebook is like this very photogenic shot. It's like something a photographer put of her holding her 2-year-old kid, and her husband's next to her, like, in a fall setting with like leaves and shit. I'm like, come the fuck on, lady. Come the fuck on. Yeah, and the whole situation read odd.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what do you want from us? Because like, if my wallet goes missing, I'm coming for you, bitch.
I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Luckily that didn't happen. Like Richard was trying to sleep the whole time, and he was trying to like roll over and like make it obvious, and like, she didn't fucking care. She really didn't fucking care.
Oh my God, that is so fucking annoying.
Yeah, and and then she moves from in front of the TV and comes on to my bed, and just like is in that position where she's like on her knees and on her feet, like just in that like blowjob position, but she's on the bed, and I'm just like, and I can tell she's doing it with effort. I'm like, what are you? What are you doing right now? Because you're not once again, you're not sitting naturally.
Attention.
Yeah, like you're performing like a puppy. Like, this is fucking weird. Like, you're not relaxed in any sort of way. You're very tense and like shifting your body in certain ways to like show your ass or something. I'm like, whatever, lady. Like,
well, she can't reject you guys if you guys never hit on her. So you guys are just like, okay, weirdo.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and like we never hit on her because like we don't want to be accused of anything.
Yep.
We just don't, because.
Oh, yeah. You guys better still watch it. She could still come back and say you guys tagged her all in that room. And, yeah. You better. It's all out there now. He did not touch her. They did not touch her.
None of us did. We were all just drinking, having a good time. Hell, even fucking John got so drunk to where he vampired himself on the floor and went to sleep. This man takes off his glasses like off of his like fucking red satin silk shirt, puts it on the counter, lays on the ground, puts his hands on his chest, and falls asleep. Like he doesn't throw up or anything, thankfully, but he just falls asleep.
And this bitch still stayed. Guy sleeping on the floor, another one trying to sleep in the bed. You're tired, trying to like, come on now.
Yeah, like I had quit drinking and quit getting drunk because I'm like she went past the point. She went past the point of no return. I'm just like, I need to be sober for this bitch, and I don't know what she's gonna do. You know.
Yeah, so like, you guys are lucky nobody touched her, because I'll tell you, I know people that have done that. Like they've gotten drunk and then fucked somebody so they could say the next day to their husband or boyfriend or whatever, I didn't mean to, I was drunk, they took advantage of me. Yeah, you guys are lucky.
Yeah, that was the situation, and I'm just like, this is odd, I ain't fucking with this bitch. But she mentions to us about 3/4 into the night of this whole thing, oh, I started an OnlyFans.
Of course she did.
And here's the thing. We're all immediately not impressed because we know, even some of the female friends we know have started OnlyFans. It's not something that's like impressive anymore. You know?
Just kind of like a podcast. Everybody has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like every white dude has a podcast. Like every fucking woman has an OnlyFans. Like it's the same shit.
Yep.
So, we're like, okay, that's cool. You know, whatever. That's awesome. Good for you. And I was just like, I asked her, I was like, and she's like, you just started, and she kept being like, oh, you want to subscribe, you'll get off to it. I'm like, if you just started, it's probably just like bikini shots and feet stuff. And she's like, no, you'll get off to it. I'm just like, lady, you don't know what I get off to, so calm down.
Yeah, you'll get off to it. Yeah. I mean, does she know how much competition she has out there?
She clearly doesn't know, because she was like, oh, I'm posting things on Reddit. That's where you go for OnlyFans, right? Is Reddit? I'm like, no, you don't. That's not how that works. You go to Instagram and Twitter, because Twitter we can at least show a little fucking cheek or a little ass or whatever.
Yeah.
Instagram you go for the nice bikini pics and the wide range of people. You know, that's what you do. That's how the game goes. If you want to go to TikTok as well, and but you got to be really fucking, you got to walk on a lot of eggshells for that one too. But it seemed like she wasn't wanting to do the work, because she's like, I don't want to go to Twitter. That you do Instagram, like, oh, so you're trying to get the easy money and try to do it. I'm like, all right. And it's funny because like what was it? Saturday when we go back to the table and she's next to us. She doesn't say she's real quiet the whole day. Very, very quiet the whole day. And the two guys who she brought with her were like simping on her fucking hard. They were at her table the whole time. They were helping her whenever she left. And they even helped her like pack up and things like that. We didn't, because we're just like, if you need help, you'll ask for it, and you didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bitch, we ain't helping you.
Yeah, and that was her whole thing. It's like, we're gentlemen when you ask for it. It's like, if you're like, hey, can you help me move to my car? Like, yeah, cool, whatever, fine. We're vendor neighbors. We'll help you out, no problem. So
I love it.
So and I think she was taking. I think I was closest to her, and like she was taking what looked to be a big crate out of the car, and I was like, "Do you need help with that?" She's like, "No, I do CrossFit." I'm like, "All right, cool, you got it then. No worries." But the other two guys were just like all around her, and like the whole time, just like just like helping her out and just being at the table and things. I'm just like, God damn, dudes, like you are two drooling puppies. Like, just fucking stop it, man. Just fucking stop it. And then apparently Richard made a little bet with her when he was sitting at the table with her. He made a bet with her. He's like, oh, I think Dan or John are gonna ask for your OnlyFans link before anybody else will. And he didn't know I had the balls to do that, because I was like, I have OnlyFans. I buy some stuff here and there every now and again. We'll see what happens. And I asked her, I was like, hey, I handed her the phone. I did it like really like discreetly. I didn't be like, yo, bitch, give me your OnlyFans. What? Can you repeat the whole fucking link, please? To the whole vendor area. I didn't do that. I should have. It would have been hilarious, but yeah.
That would have been funny. That would have been funny.
Yeah. But I handed her my phone and I was like, hey, put your information in this, and she knew what I needed because I was on the fucking page. She puts it in, and like luckily for her account, it's free to join.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her
You just
account's
got to
rated.
pay extra for the extra things.
Yeah, for the video, and
Okay.
she put out one this morning. I woke up and like I always check my messages on fans because I'm like, what is any new deals for like bundles and shit like that? You know, like I'm a horny 30-something guy who lives by himself. All right, give me a fucking break.
I can't believe you get bundles on OnlyFans.
I mean, they have holiday bundles, Erica. Okay, these girls
Oh
need to
my
eat
God.
too. All right, calm down.
Oh my God. Well, I guess it keeps them out of the strip club.
I mean, some of the more strippers, they've gone to this now. But anyways, yeah, she puts and like one of the videos she puts up is like 11 minutes long, and it's very clearly like shot from her phone on like a Walmart ring light that she got. And it's done in that hotel room because I can see the fucking clock and the bed next to her. That's the same one we had in our room. So she shot it like Friday or something, I think, like Friday afternoon or whatever. And you know, like, and you can tell she's really fucking amateur the way she did the whole video, and it's really like, I can tell this is your first video and you had no thought on how to do this and how to like get the camera angles and this, that, and the other and stuff. And I was like, this is all right. This is okay. You know, I saw your tits, saw your butthole, saw your vag. I'm good now. I'm not gonna buy another video, so we're fine. I might, if I want to be a super asshole, I can download this off of there and give it to the other guys in the group and have them watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I might have a real bad day and be like, fuck it. I'm gonna take my anger out on you, bitch, and just be like, these guys get a free video. Done. But we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's like it's funny because her Facebook is like real wholesome and everything like that, and her OnlyFans is that. I'm like, yeah, you're starting out kind of low.
Well, see, she got some new subscribers now by hanging out with you guys. So she did her work. She got
well,
her
and
money.
one thing I noticed is when I subscribe, whenever she sends me a message now, it's priority, so it's higher than just like the unread messages. It's in like another box for messages. And I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. You got one out of me, and that's it. You're not getting another one.
She can't. You can't blame her for trying.
I
man.
can't. No, man. It's no. You got to hustle. I'm not. You know. That's why I was like, you get one, and that's it. You get one. But what was it? Also, long story short, we were selling another DVD there at the table. It's one that I made with the actress Erin Brown, also known as Misty Monday, if anybody knows what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's called what is it called? It's basically like it's like a Playboy vignette porn thing that I shot with her like 5 or 6 years ago. And it's an evening with Erin Brown. What part 1 is what I called it, because at the time I wanted to make part 2, but she no longer wants to do that, so whatever. But I still have like 100 copies I'm trying to fucking sell. And I gave her one of them. I was like, hey, if you're never need any help shooting anything, here's what I can do. So I shot my shot with her as well. It's like, you're in Chattanooga. Atlanta is like 2 hours away. Just come on down. I'll get your butthole in 4K. It's fine. It's okay. It's all good.
Well, you were talking about trying to get back into film a little bit.
That's true.
You were. I'll film your butthole.
Yeah, I would be very happy if I started shooting girls OnlyFans in my condo. I'd be a very happy person.
Then you wouldn't have to pay.
I wouldn't have to. That's true. I wouldn't have to pay. I mean, and I would never expose the videos either. I would just leave them on a hard drive. Be like, all right, this is my materials, my hard drive. Like, don't fucking touch it.
Nope. If your friends, no, because if anybody wants to watch it, they got to pay for it. So these girls know that you do a good job, and they'll keep coming back and having you film their shit.
Yep, and it would just be naked girls in my place all the time. That would be fucking wonderful. That's all I want in life. That's all I want in life.
Your life would be complete.
Yeah, if one of them if one of them could come over while all the other girls are over and cook breakfast, I'm done. I've achieved my goal in life. I'm happy. That's it. That's all I want.
Oh God, I love it.
I'm a simple man with simple needs, Erica. That's all I want in life.
Nothing wrong with that.
Naked chicks all around me, and then one in like a very skimpy French maid uniform making me breakfast, and only breakfast. I can make the other stuff later. I just want breakfast. That's it.
What is it about a French maid uniform? I just watched Clue again the other day.
Oh shit! Okay, all right.
Yeah, and you know that one chick, my God, she was so, but that little French maid uniform that she was wearing.
Dude, that was very, yeah, that thing was skin tight on her, man. Whew.
Oh, I loved her.
Well, it's the same
Actually,
thing.
I think she's still around, yeah.
She doesn't look like that anymore, but she is still around. There's also the woman from, I think it's, what the fuck is it? It's like American Horror Story in the first season, who was like a ghost in like a French maid outfit.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, it was in the first season or two maybe, and she was a very, very cute redhead with a big ass and giant tits and very like high heeled redhead, like very like high heeled like shoes and that whole thing. I was for it. I kept seeing girls cosplay her, and I'm just like, I love this right now. This is awesome. Girls are cosplaying her, and they're just running around these conventions in lingerie. I love it. But yeah, if I could have that in my life, I would be set. I don't need to go any further in life. Then I've achieved what I wanted. That's it.
Oh, that is awesome. That is so fucking
you
funny.
You have your gigolos. I have my,
Yeah, exactly. I haven't looked for any gigolos lately.
Yeah. I have my rubber sheets. There you go.
Oh God.
Did somebody get a mop in here? Yeah.
Oh shit. And on that note, that made me think of my son, the rubber sheets, because sometimes they got to use them at the jail. So I gotta go put his clothes in the dryer. He has to work tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's one thing I've seen for some of these girls who perform on OnlyFans. Like, they get rubber sheets because sometimes they squirt and things get wet, and they have to make sure the bed doesn't get fucked up. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. But then if you got carpeted floors, you're still fucked. You gotta get it, you gotta get a cleaner and get it out of that one. So, yeah. I mean, are you gonna put on a tarp then, or like what? How far do you go with this? How far do you go with this?
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that is so funny.
Yep. Yeah, that was my weekend dealing with this female that probably could have gotten us in horrible shit.
Yeah, probably. What are you doing next weekend? Anything exciting?
I am good until I think the last weekend in July. I'm doing the Chattanooga Film Festival in the last weekend. And I mean, I think there's a masquerade party involved with that, but it should be tame. I don't know. I'm hoping it's tame.
Masquerade party. That's pretty cool.
I think it's Friday or whatever. Yeah, there's a masquerade party Friday, but yeah, it should be tame. Who the fuck knows? It may go off the rails while I'm there. It won't be my fault though. I hope not.
No, not at all. You're not like that, right?
Sometimes. I mean, if I get enough alcohol, if I get enough alcohol and weed in me, we'll see what happens.
Oh God.
Yeah, I turn into Van Wilder. Apparently, it happens sometimes.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen this woman's butthole now.
Yeah. Go to a convention, see a butthole. Hey, it sounds like a great weekend.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with more of her stuff, because like when I looked at her account, it was just literally it was all videos of just like her from the waist down and like her slowly taking off her shorts or her pants to like reveal very nice like lacy underwear or a bra or something. I was like, that's nice. I'm not hard, but that's cool. I like it.
I'm not hard, but I like it. Oh Jesus.
she's trying, but not hard enough. It's like, come on, you need to get a fucking like, you need to get a dildo machine and then have your hands tied behind your back or something. Like, I've seen some shit, lady. I've seen some shit. You need to get a gimp involved and get a clown in there juggling or something. I don't know. You need to figure it out.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It takes some tricks now, right?
It takes some tricks. Well, yeah, and like the two guys who we're with are older than us. Like, they're in their 50s and 60s, and like they were just like, yeah, her OnlyFans is nice, but like, I need a lot of stuff to get me going these days. I'm like, I'm sure you guys do.
Well, because we see it everywhere. I remember, although Porky's and all them did show frontal nudity, but I know I do too. It did show, all those movies back in the 80s and, yeah, pretty much 80s, because I think early 90s we started getting away from it, but did show nudity. And then we got away from it, and then it was like, oh my God, they showed her breast on daytime TV. Ah! But now it's like everywhere we look.
Well, yeah, and like my coming of age high school movie was American Pie, and you had the foreign girl changing the dude's bed, masturbate, and
I love that movie.
Yeah, and like I got the unrated versions on my hard drive. I watch them all the time. I fucking love them. Yeah, I grew up with all those guys. Like I watch all those movies, man. And yeah, we had that, and then the unrated version was like a little bit raunchier than that. It was awesome. But no, I agree with you. I want those movies back so bad.
They were so fucking funny. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now nobody wants to be funny because you might offend, somebody. So.
What did I watch the other day? I watched something the other day, and I was like, ooh, we couldn't have that now. Oh, well, anything with Mel Brooks. Any of his movies you can't.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, we couldn't watch any of those now. But yeah, I was watching something the other day, and I just laughed, and I thought to myself, I was like, there's no way they could make this movie now. There's just legitimately no way they could make it now.
Yeah, even the beginning of American Pie, where he's like trying to jerk off and look at like scrambled cable porn, and then he puts a sock over his junk, and he's trying to like say goodnight to his mom and like not kiss her on the face or whatever, so he can like so he can jerk off, and his dad's like, his mom's like, I think you're watching illegal channels. He's like, no, he's not. And the guy's like, oh, spec my ass, and dad's like, what?
Oh my God, that reminded me. This is terrible. So I was throwing my kids' clothes in the washer the other day, and he doesn't fucking turn his socks inside out. It drives me nuts. So like when he takes his socks off, they're inside out, so they don't quite get clean because of his work boots and things like that. And I always have to put my hand in there and pull it out. So I decided I wasn't gonna fucking wash them, and I threw like these socks at him, and they were they were all stiff and all that. I said, you want to explain to me why these socks, why I wouldn't want to put my hand in those socks and turn them right side out so they could properly be washed? And he goes, well, I probably nutted in it. Oh, I didn't even think about that, you nasty little fucker. I was thinking because of the sweaty feet at work. That's why they were so nasty and stiff. I'm like, all these years I've been putting my fucking hands in his socks to put them right side out. Nasty little fucker.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, dudes will jerk off into anything, and like a sock is one of those things.
You little bastard.
Oh my God. Oh man,
I can't wait till these kids move out. Which my older son does his own laundry, and the younger son does laundry too. But if they throw it in the downstairs laundry basket where the towels and stuff are, I just happen to wash them. But yeah, I can't believe he fucking did that to me. He's nasty.
Good for him just saying it too. I think that's hilarious. He's just like, "That's what happened, Mom."
Oh God. Oh, these kids, man, I just cannot handle it. I keep thinking, why couldn't have I had a couple nice little girls? I had to get these boys.
I think the girls. My theory about that is like, women can't live together or be around each other too long, and even if they're your daughters, I think you're going to hate them just because they're your daughters, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
That would be it. At least your boys, they're there to like protect if anything goes down or whatever. You have that aspect of it. And hopefully they move out at some point and you have the place to yourself.
I hope so too, man. can't mentally handle it no more. These kids drive me nuts.
Well, don't worry, they'll be out, and then you can make one of their rooms your dungeon. Then it'll be fine.
Yeah, no shit. Make it soundproof.
It's soundproof.
That's my recording studio.
Recording. Oh God. Why are there hooks everywhere and chains on the walls? Don't worry about it.
Oh shit! This is where I record my OnlyFans account.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because like, I don't think women know the level of competition on there, and also like when you hear about some of the money these women make, it's like it's insane.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a very small amount.
Oh yeah.
That make good money. I actually watched a bit of an interview, with one of the top earners, and she is like in. You know how you got like the top 1%? She's in the top 0.01%. She is like one of the top people. And so, you know, she had been studying to be a lawyer and she dropped out to do OnlyFans. Yeah.
I always wondered, you know, I know those girls get paid really well, but like, do they do anything with the money? Do they just keep it in the bank and just let it do whatever? Like, do you not invest? Like, if they had a dude's brain, they would like those girls would be investing like hardcore everything all the time. You know, they'd have a Charles Schwab account and like.
She actually has employees that work for her too.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I guess, I mean, when you get to a certain level like that, you probably have to have somebody to market you. You probably make really good videos, so you want somebody to film it and, you know, get it all ready to display to the world. I guess. I don't know, but yeah, she.
Yeah, and then you got to think about the girls who do that level of stuff and then don't make the money. Like that stuff's still out there.
Yeah. Yep.
That stuff's still out there.
Yep. And honestly, and maybe I didn't think she was like the best looking woman I'd ever seen. I thought she looked a little like she had too much work done on her face, but maybe it's what she does when her clothes are off. I don't know. Because she flat out, because the guy interviewing her, and I can't even think of who it was, he was kind of shitty to her. You know, why would you do that to yourself? And you're basically a stripper. And she goes, oh, no, I do much more disgusting things than that. More than take my clothes off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If the interviewer wants, you know, some fucking clickbait, he'll be shitty to her and just not like, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, you know, and he's like, she's 25, and he's like, what if you ever have kids, and what are you gonna say to them if they look back and are like, Mommy, you could have been a lawyer, and instead you took your clothes off? And she goes, well, they can cry in my Maserati.
I hope she manages her money well, and she has, you know, and she has a Maserati later on. Like that's
yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, God, he's a dick.
One thing my friend John was telling me is that a lot of the male porn stars are getting hit up by these OnlyFans girls. Because
no shit.
Yeah, well, because like, you know, they can't keep fucking their boyfriend.
Ah.
You know, because their boyfriend, you know, looks like a regular dude, and they need the porn star guy because the porn star guy.
That's
and
true.
So apparently their schedules are getting backed up now, and like they are in such high demand that they can like now demand more money than the female porn stars. So, yeah, it's a weird world we live in right now.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. No, I don't have anything upcoming. I have to go to Cape Cod next week. I'll just be work. So, but just a few more months. And then I can start doing movies again.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And going to festivals. I can't wait.
Yep, that should be fun. That should be awesome. I'm sure when these people start inviting you to come to the premieres, you'll be able to go to them then.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I kind of feel like I can see why some of these people are constantly promoting themselves, because I haven't been around for a few months and I feel like I've already dropped off the scene. Like everybody's forgotten about me. I'm dead serious. Like, oh. And it's only been what, like 2 months?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, but
But
I mean that's how that's how things are. Like things are very fast paced. If that's just how it is. It's very very fast paced, and if you're not there, you're not there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think once you become available, then and you're over and you're done with your job, it'll you'll be right back at it. So.
Yeah, and hopefully, because most of the movies I filmed last year have not been out yet, so those will come out this year. So hopefully that'll start getting people, and then if I film some towards the end of the year, those will come out next year. So I can see how people that acting is their career, why they're constantly trying to get that next job, because you will drop off and the next best thing will come along.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I hope you pick a movie. We get a movie where you're like one of the main characters or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yep. I hope so too. But and that's the thing with the horror flicks. The main characters are of course usually the young ones. But hopefully it's something that, I mean, because I got range. I don't think some of the people that I've been in their movies, I think it's because I do the Indiegogo and Kickstarter and all that. They're like, oh, God, this bitch probably can't act. We'll just make her do this. But I really do have range. So hopefully they'll start giving me bigger parts. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing, and I hadn't told anybody this. Last year, I actually went through 2 rounds of interviews for 2 different reality shows. The one I applied for, I hate to even say it, but God, I can't even think of it now. My mind just fucking went blank. Let me see. God, what was the one on Netflix that was like so big that...
The Squid Game?
Yes. So the Squid Game reality show. So last year at the beginning, towards spring of last year, Squid Game's the reality show where they were actually going to have about 500 people compete. I actually got through 2 rounds of interviews for that.
Okay.
And I swear to God, part of me thinks the only reason, one, I was interviewing the second time from my hotel. It was poor internet connection. And I thought to myself, I was like, God damn it. I hate to say this, but I think one of the reasons they want to see you in full, like from your waist up. They have you position the camera, and as they're interviewing you, they're going to cut a little scene together, and maybe you go on to the next round of interviews. So out of all the people that applied for that Squid Games, and they had to have gotten thousands and thousands of people, I was one of them that got to audition, and they didn't pick me. And part of me thinks it was my weight. Yeah. Because they, when they film, they're looking for people that can compete, and that, let's face it, a lot of these reality shows are looking for people that are attractive. So part of me thought it was my weight. Now, that could have just been me. Maybe they didn't like me.
Just pull the zipper down a little bit further. You'll be fine.
It was a woman I interviewed with.
That's no fun.
Yep. So, but the interview must not have been all bad, because this casting agency several months later reached out to me about a different show, which is now on Peacock. And again, it irritates the shit out of me.
Was it the Mars one?
No, it's the Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge.
Okay, all right.
They contacted me and said, hey, there's this show coming out that we think you would be good for. And would you be interested in auditioning? And I'm like, absolutely. And I auditioned for that one too, and they didn't select me, and now it's on Peacock. I don't think I could watch either one of them. I don't know how people that act feel about all the rejection, because those are the only two that I really went for, and I didn't get either one of them, and I'm just like, fuck you. I don't want to be on your show anyways.
Well, I think also sometimes they're just given sides and they don't know what show it is. They'll say it's like, oh, they'll be told it's something else, and it's actually something else. Like, they'll be like, oh, it's fun time with blah blah blah, but it's actually like Cobra Kai season 7, and they don't know that until they don't know that until they get to a certain audition level, and they have to sign the NDA, and then they get told about it. So. But I think that's how it works. Like I'm sure they'll like hear the lines whenever like it's on the fucking TV. Like, oh, I know those sides. I read those for this thing, 6 months ago. Yeah. So.
Well, I think this one, and this is on me, because I'm pretty crazy. So they have you sign that non-disclosure. Right? You're going to interview. They're going to, I read. Okay. So I read all the fine print on that non-disclosure. And they wouldn't tell me what group it was with or, who it was. They just said it was a reality show that is going to be, about Hot Wheels, so I knew it was about Hot Wheels, but they wouldn't disclose what streaming service it was going to be on. Well, when I read the fine print, God, who owns Peacock? I think is it CBS that owns Peacock, or is it?
It's NBC. It's NBC.
NBC. Okay, so in the fine print, it said something about everything is owned by NBC, blah, blah, blah. So I asked the lady, I said, this is going to stream on Peacock, right? And she goes, well, where would you have heard that? I said, well, it's actually in your fine print. I said, if this show is owned by NBC, this type of show is not going to air on the regular NBC channel. It is going to stream on Peacock, and now it's on Peacock. So I might have freaked him out a little bit because I had a whole discussion. I'm like, it's right there in the fine print.
And it's one of those things where it's like they think nobody reads it. They know that they think people will just sign in that's it. When they get somebody like you who actually reads it, they're just like, oh shit. They know what it's going to be on, and they need to like redo the language of it or something. So. Yeah.
I'm like, it says it right there. I said, and they don't, certain shows, but they have their main shows that they do. And I said something like this, they're not going to put on NBC. But yeah, it was funny because she just like kind of
like a deer in headlights.
Where would you have heard that? I'm like, well, it's right in your contract. It's in that disclosure that you had me sign. I'm like, I won't tell anybody, but it's right in your disclosure.
Yeah,
it didn't say Peacock, but
yeah,
it's part of this, umbrella of services.
Yeah, you can kind of deduce where it's going. Like it's not rocket surgery. Like yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I just freaked him out. I'm like, oh, okay.
That could be, because they're very secretive about those things. And when people like know that stuff and they think they don't know and they think they're smarter than somebody else, like they get weird about it.
I'm trying to be smarter. I just read the contract.
Next time, keep it to yourself, Erica. Jesus.
Now I know. Now I know, but I didn't think it was a big deal because it was right there in the contract. I'm like, this is streaming on Peacock, right?
They once again, they think they're smarter than everybody else, and they don't want people to know, and it's a big secret. And it's funny because it's like you've already done the legal work to acquire the name of the show, this, that, the other. It doesn't fucking matter because you have all the legal paperwork. Like it's a Hot Wheels show for Peacock. Like who is going to grab it from you now that you're in the beginning of production? Who is going to do that?
Yep.
You know, it's dumb. It's super dumb.
Yep, and it said it was part of NBC Universal. That's what it is, NBC Universal, and of course that's the umbrella. And when they said streaming, then I knew, because in the information they gave me, they said it was going to stream on and well, as soon as they said streaming, you know it's going to be one of the big ones. You know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Peacock, Paramount. HBO, Hulu, any of those, you know. Yeah. So, when I read that, I was like, oh, okay, it's on Peacock. But, yes, I will keep it to myself from now on. But that one made me feel better that they reached out to me because they did not think I was a good fit for Squid Games, but they thought maybe this one. Now, they didn't select me, but maybe they'll remember me. And next time, I will wear sluttier clothes.
I don't know. To see you on Squid Games would have been fucking awesome.
That's what I said. I said.
I think you would have gone
I'd
feral
have fucking
or something.
Won.
You would have. Yeah.
I'd have won.
Yeah, you would have gone feral for sure.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'd fucking win that game. I would win that game. I am shady as fuck. I may look like a middle-aged, and that's what I told them. I said, they're going to look at me and they're going to say, oh, she's an average middle-aged, mother, blah, blah, blah. I said, but what you guys don't realize, I skydive, I scuba dive, I've flown across the country just, this year alone, making movies. I do it all. Don't let the
you would have kicked the 1-year-old kid or the whatever the youngest kid is and probably broken the hip of the 99-year-old dude or whatever and just been like, fuck you, I'm out.
I'd step over his crippled ass body. I ain't gonna lie. I would have fucking won. I would have fucking won. I would have done anything it would have taken and made frenemies with anybody I could have to fucking win, because there ain't no friends when you're talking about millions. Let's face it.
It would have been hilarious to see you do that.
I know, but both of those shows, the Hot Wheels one just came out, and I'm like, ugh, I can't even watch it. I won't be able to watch the Squid Games one either, because I'll be like, I would have done better. Fuck them. But maybe it's actually still on Netflix casting page. So if it goes well, maybe it's one that will have another season. So maybe I shouldn't count it out.
Yeah.
If it was the weight, I did lose the weight. So we'll see.
Yeah, same thing with the Hot Wheels thing. If it gets to another season, then then you always have a chance for that too. So.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see. But on that note, if anybody wants to tell us about any of their walking off the job, their upcoming plans, any questions, comments, concerns?
OnlyFans experiences.
OnlyFans experiences. Do you get the bundle pack?
Yeah. I will not promote your fucking account. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not going to promote your goddamn account, but you can give me your story. That's fine. We'll read it on the air. We won't tell your name, but I will not promote your goddamn account.
Yeah, I'm interested in how much money they make.
Yeah, because
if anybody would disclose that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to, once again, if you want to disclose anything, we will not read your name. We will call you anonymous or by the 2 letters you give us or whatever bullshit. We'll figure it out. But we're not going to read your name. But I will not shout out your account unless you fucking pay me or pay us. Anyways,
yes,
pay the
exactly.
podcast.
Promotional fee.
Yeah, then we'll work something out.
But yeah, send that stuff into ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com. So hopefully we have some exciting stories next time.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope we get some people reaching out for sure.
Certainly, we talked about anything and everything, and this always happens when we have to skip a week. So certainly, something we said tonight triggered a story in somebody's mind that they would like to share.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope we get some good messages. For next week for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. We're almost. Has it been a year yet? I know we skipped a few weeks though.
We did. Okay. So let's see, 40. Like 10. Yeah, like 10 more episodes, and it'll be a year.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll have to do something special for the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, I mean we got to do something for your birthday as well. So that's going to be.
Yes.
I mean, we won't do an episode for your birthday, but we'll talk about things that may have happened and may not have happened. So we'll figure it
out. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. We'll definitely do some stuff at Scarefest too. So that should be fun.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
I think that's it for this episode. We will talk to you guys later, and we'll hopefully do an episode next week.
We plan on it, but we'll see.
Yep.